Hey y'all, so I know y'all are probably wondering why is she coming on here telling all her business? You know, especially me, y'all. I'm like, ooh, ooh. If you watched my last video, y'all know I came on here talking to y'all about the story of how I ended up just in a rough situation earlier this year. And oh well. The reason that I decided to share that with y'all is because, as y'all know, I'm working on building my newest platform, the Syddin Pretty Academy, which is aimed at equipping aspiring beauty professionals, new beauty professionals, and those who are more seasoned but are looking to master certain concepts within their business, do so. I am of the belief that I must have left my I had no gloves neither. I am of the belief that the trades industry is the best industry, especially the service industry, because when you're in the service industry, it provides an opportunity for you to go and earn money immediately. As long as, you're compliant, even if for some reason, you gotta kind of operate in gray areas that exist. For example, like hair braiding for many states. In my state, it is regulated, but in many states, I'm having to use this glove. I left my gloves at the shop. In many states, hair braiding is still unregulated. So it's like braiding could absolutely be a side hustle if you're able to develop the skill set. Oh, this is just, another example of this could be like cleaning, right? Like being able to clean, there are just different things that we're able to do where we have the potential to earn money right away, not have to go to school and wait for somebody to hire us and be at somebody else's mercy. Do you have to put yourself out there, and constantly hustle and grind sometimes? Yeah. But at the end of the day, you still have a level of autonomy over your situation, right? And so for me growing up, if you let me tell the story, of course, because people are always going to view things differently. Number one, I always had an interest in hair ever since I was a little girl. I'm telling you, like 6 years old, all the girls who would braid my hair, I would always be asking them bazillion questions, always loving to look at hair books, braiding my baby doll's hair, teaching myself how to braid. And so my mom took notice of that early on, and she would continue to buy me dolls and tools and stuff in order to help me to get better. And I would say my mom always supported all of the creative things that I aspired to do and try throughout my life, and still does. Now, on the flip side though, if you let me tell it, I feel like my mom was a little bit financially abusive in many ways. And just like a little bit controlling overall. An example of this is like, I started learning how to drive when I was like 14 over one of my mom's friends' parents' house. So like they had a daughter and her grandparents would teach us how to drive. We would go driving with them. But like my mom never wanted to teach me how to drive. She never allowed me to get my learner's permit. Like she just did not want me to drive. And it's because she had like this fear of something happening to me. And so because of that, she would like sabotage me in ways to where I was unable until I turned 18 And I was gonna do it regardless, and I guess then she figured like she might as well help or whatever, a little bit. We probably did like 1 or 2 driving sessions. But that's an example. Another thing is I started earning money for myself very young and very early. And there were many occasions where I was forced to give my money up to help with things that I don't feel like as a young person. I know people come from different backgrounds. I know when I would have these conversations with a lot of my friends who were foreign, they felt like kids were obligated to help financially in the house. And, you know, respectfully, we're not coming from the same. That's not like an American expectation. Maybe for immigrants or people who live in other countries, like it might be an expectation that you're supposed to help out and give money. You know, it's kind of like how it's normal for people to put their parents in nursing homes in America, but in other countries that's not normal. Like the parents be. I don't feel like in America it's an expectation that you're supposed to help your parents pay bills. In our culture, I feel like your parents supposed to be helping you out. Now, of course, everybody coming from different things, backgrounds, and I already kind of shared that with y'all, like, especially for me, you know, having to make up. I almost feel like, you know, in those moments, I was expected to, it wasn't my responsibility. I'm a kid. I'm supposed to be able to, I'm just now earning my own money. Like, I'm supposed to be able to just help myself get ahead. But it's like, especially when you Black American, like, and we have a tough situation here. A lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't understand the reality of our situation. But like, you know, we're always having to help so many people up as we're coming up that I feel like it limits how far you're able to grow and go and at what rate. And so I'm saying all this to say that would happen a lot to me. Like, I would save my money or earn money, and then boom, now I gotta help with this, now I gotta help with that. And so there were other things I experienced growing up, that all of these things combined with natural ambition, talent, I understood the importance from a young age of having my own money, point blank period, so that I would not have to rely on people to get my needs met. Because even when I was a young child, I had saw how, especially like my parents, but especially my mom, I'm keeping it real, would use resources to like, it's an abusive manner, period, point blank. Now, I wasn't one of the people who couldn't eat. Like, I've heard stories of people who they wasn't allowed to go in the refrigerator and stuff. Like, I've never experienced nothing crazy like that, but more so just trying to control me and things like that. And so financial independence was something that was so important to me from a very young age. And once I left my business behind in 2020 and just kind of, you know, I already told y'all the story, having to live with other people and stuff, all of those, it like reintroduced and resurrected all of those experiences of people, first of all, you know, talking down to me, looking down on me, just all of this stuff, and, you know, trying to manipulate and weaponize things against me. And interestingly enough, y'all, I used to be very insecure about my, I gotta go in a second because I got a client. I used to be insecure about my work ethic and stuff. I used to think I was masculine or something was wrong with me because I was so good at business and I was so good at creative ideas and things and making money, but I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't have like, couldn't keep a long-term boyfriend, like, you know, different things like that young people are doing, and I'm over here working. And, you know, now it's so popular to be a boss, you know, but I used to feel insecure about that. So I kind of like started to think it was a bad thing. Just to end up in a situation where I'm kind of like that kid again, where people are, like I said, talking down on me, looking down on me, trying to actually hold me down even more, through, you know, people offering a hand to help you, and then using that to further cripple you financially, or make you more dependent on them so you can't advance. Like, yeah, I was just experiencing that in the last couple years. And when I broke free and said, you know, I have to go back to my business, I have to go back to Vegas, I have to get back to my clients and like what I was doing, that was my way of like breaking free again. Because just like when I was young, doing hair was my way of breaking free out of my situation and expanding my reach and the things I could do. I mean, I was taking Uber in the 9th grade because I had the money to do it in 2012. Like, I understood, okay, if this person not gonna do it, I don't need you to do it, I'll just do it myself. That's always how I've been. And when I came back here, right, and I needed to rely on somebody again, I experienced that again. So that was the purpose of me making that video, is to say, as a woman of any age, but especially as a young woman or a young adult, a teenager, like, financial independence, especially for those of us who you might come from situations with a little bit of toxicity in it, or, you know, maybe it ain't toxic, but maybe you just come from poverty. Like, empowering yourself financially is so important, and having a trade or a skill that you could take with you wherever you go is imperative. You know, just like I told y'all, getting fired from the club, I haven't been in a position to be fired in so long. I've been in, okay, my client might go move or go to another stylist or something, and that's a form of firing, but it's always another one around the corner. Like, I do my best to retain my clients and keep my clients happy, but at the end of the day, you can't control everybody. You can't control nobody, actually, and you can't, you know, everybody's not going to stay. But at the end of the day, I do my best. But being in situations like that where you could make and just piss one person off and your entire financial situation is jeopardized and dependent upon somebody else, I don't like that. And that's, you know, it's just not something for me. I've worked for myself for a really long time, and I just prefer to be able to go out and text this person, go out on the street, pass out flyers, whatever I got to do, post, to try to have more control of my financial stability. And that was really the purpose of me sharing that with y'all, is I had to realize there was a lot of people jealous of me around me, like, my whole life, because I always been realistically, in retrospect and just looking at it, I always been ahead of them. I'm ahead of most people I'm around. It just is what it is. Part of that is just because I'm a visionary, but secondly, a lot of that is just because of the environment that I grew up in, you know, being cut from a different cloth than the people around me. I'm just keeping it real. And so I now had to realize all of the bullying and all of the, like, mistreatment was coming from jealousy. So when people would say things and try to little girl my accomplishments, oh, how's your little business? Oh, how's this? I had to realize that's because they was jealous of me. And my self-esteem and my self-perception used to be so low. That's why I would start so many things and quit. And it's so, this is how you know people are haters. Because those same people who do stuff like that, whenever you finally quit, then it's, oh, why'd you quit? You were doing so good. Why wasn't you telling me that on the way? Why couldn't you tell me that when I was doing it? Because you're a hater. I don't need, like, no. Y'all are haters. If you're watching this, you're a hater. And I'm not talking to y'all. If you're watching this and you know I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand that. So it's like, That's why I would always quit stuff so much, because I didn't believe in myself, because I was surrounded with so many people who was hating on me. They was hating on me because I knew my purpose from a young age. They was hating on me because, come to find out, when I moved back to Atlanta, all the girls who had started trying to do hair and stuff now, ever since I've been doing it and stuff, they be watching my stories and stuff, don't ever come out, these girls I grew up with and stuff, you know. Come to find out, I didn't even realize how many of these girls had been strippers. They had to strip to get all the stuff I did just strictly off of hair. That's why they was hating on me. And when I ended up having to go work, and I had my little spam account, I had like 25 people in there, and I shared everything with everybody, and there was one person in particular who was one of these people I told you about. You know, these girls who everything they got come from dating scammers, all kind of stuff. I did everything by my mother freaking self. It might have been certain things my grandma might have helped me with, or my parent, you know, my mom, or here and there I would get a little help. But for the most part, everything was purely off my creativity and diligence. And so, come to find now, once I had to come to this situation and experience a setback, how is it that this person on my business, that person on my business, this person, because of you, this one girl who on my Instagram, thankfully, I put this out here knowing the consequences. I'm not afraid. I sat on it. I'm like, what do I want to do with this, you know? So, but it just goes to show, you couldn't wait to go and tell people, oh, look at Syddin. Y'all couldn't wait, because I always been up here. You couldn't wait to see me. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I told that story, because how crazy is that? That stuff happen to people every day, where you hear about people who, like, people will tell them, these Hispanics and stuff, like, they'll come and tell them, like, yeah, I'm gonna take you to America, and this is real, because I just seen this in the club. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take you to America, and we got a job for you, blah blah. Then they get here, come to find out they being sex trafficked. That's kind of the same thing that these people tried to do with me. When I just told y'all, she telling me she got a job for me at the Fountain Blue and I could live here. You set me up in the situation knowing what was going on, because you see my greatness and you was really trying to get in my way that bad. Just like when I was a kid, when I was maybe like 20 years old, this same person who I'm talking about now, I will never forget. See, people think when you got God on your side, people be thinking they slick and they not. I remember you, girl, when we was at a little function. It's always older women too. It be the older women too who be hating, because they see your potential and they didn't realize theirs, and so they want to get in your way in order for you to not be able to realize your own. And so you thought I didn't see you that time when I came over to your house for that little gathering, and you gonna tell that grown man, you think I can't hear that you telling him I'm a virgin? And you literally trying to pin this grown man on me and have me spend the night? You thought I can't hear you? See, God will give you a spiritual ear. God will give you, it's so many times that I have been divinely, like, I swear, I promise you, it's been so many times where, like, I'll be in a situation and I promise you, y'all, God will, like, supernaturally tune my ear into something all across the room, all the way into another room, and allow me to hear a conversation. I'm not even in the same room, but he allows me to hear the conversation spiritually. So the trick's on you, honey, because what you tried to use for my downfall, now I'm finna turn on YouTube, monetize it, and use it to motivate other people. And of course, in the process of me doing that, I'm sure I will receive blessings for helping people. But you thought you thought you ate, huh? You thought you ate. You thought you ate. You thought you ate when this other person, why would you come here and let me live with you? You telling me I can stay here for, I'm telling you I need 5 months. You saying that's okay. Just for the next month, after I already left your house, me to find out you moved out, and you telling me it's because you was already planning to move out. So what was the goal? Just for me to figure out that the dude you was messing with and you stopped messing with because you found out he was trying to pimp on you? And for me to run into him at work and him telling me like how already before I came here you was already like kind of plotting on me and talking about me and stuff. See, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not dumb how people be thinking. You know, just because I'm a child of God and I haven't been exposed to a lot of the crap that a lot of these people been exposed to. I haven't had a hard life like these people. I had it rough, but I ain't have it rough like that. It's levels to this. And I didn't experience stuff. I had it rough. But at the end of the day, I ain't have it that rough because I'm a child of the Most High. And so you think I'm sweet, right? You think I'm a square or something. And I was square. But I wasn't that square to, you thought I didn't peep that, baby. I just had to realize, hey, I had to take a calculated risk to get myself back to my destiny. You thought you was doing something, though. That's what you thought. You thought you was doing something. So, I need to do this in the other scene. People be thinking they slick. But it's a verse in the Bible that say, like, God causes them to fall into, like, he ensnares them with their own traps. And it's another verse in the Bible that says something like, something along the lines of like, they pierce their own hearts. Like it's in the Psalms or something. People be thinking they slick. Satan's children be thinking they slick. And that's why we have to always be tapped into God. See, I had a rebellious period listening to all the Satan children around me. I started thinking, okay, maybe I need to be like them. Like I need to be doing this. I need to be doing that. I don't have no kids. I don't have that. Baby, do you see these people? Y'all gotta look up the psalm I came across the other day, Psalm 73. If that don't describe this last season of my life, I don't know what does. Y'all see a lot of wicked people starting to perish. You see a lot of people. I witnessed it right in my eyes when I told y'all, well, I'll just say this. A lot of people who took them PPP loans out finding it on their tax returns and them unemployment fraud. And, see, it's seasons where we like Squidward watching SpongeBob play outside, watching the wicked prospering. You like, how is these people prospering? See, I started to think maybe I need to be like them. That's why I said, you know what? I done been a goody two shoes my whole life. Let me go to the club. I felt like I ain't had no options, but I was like, well, I ain't never did nothing crazy before. And it seemed like all these people who be doing the wrong thing prosper anyway. I'm gonna keep it real for you. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. That was like a rebellious kind of thing for me too, in a sense. And what God had to make me realize, especially going into them clubs, yes, it is dark and demonic how you think. Now, as of course the child of the Most High, it's things I can't see. That's why I got fired. Because my attitudes started changing. I started thinking a little bit more like, oh, okay, I'm going to start scheming and doing how they do. Like, I'm going to start getting like them. And as soon as I had that thought, boom, now I'm fired. See, because I wasn't meant to be there like that. And yes, the things them people is doing is diabolical. There are some diabolical, sinful, and demonic people. You can always almost say something, but I don't want people to feel condemned. You can always turn away from your sins, period. But it taught me so much, and that's why I'm willing to share my story with y'all, because especially in this era, I'm so grateful for hair. Because let me try to really imagine me being a young person on Instagram in the OnlyFans era and be broke. Let me really put myself in it. I'm so grateful that I always had a focus, because having a focus and having a purpose and planning helps you stay focused. That's why I made the video. That's why I told my story, because the times is different. Times is hard for a lot of people. Don't you do that, though. Don't you do that. Because what you gonna do, you thinking about going out there and prostituting yourself, and what, you gonna have a good week, and now you done prostituted and sold your soul, and now you having bad weeks consistently. You might hit good for 1 week, and then it's just horrible, and now you just sold your soul. Just focus on God. Just believe on God. Just believe in God. Just get your joy. Just get your fulfillment. Just get the provisions from God, period. Just believe in his promises, okay? He is bringing the wicked to ruin. And that's why I made the video. I made the video to say them Chanel bags, the stuff these people toting around, these trips they taking. They doing a lot for that. They doing a lot for it. And the chaos, they have no peace. They have no peace. Now, if that's the life they choose, that's fine. But see, a lot of these people are so demonic that they make it look good. They want to lure you in to the lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying if it's about money, lure yourself into a skill. Lure yourself into a trade. Lure yourself into learning how to be a 6-figure weaveologist like I was at the age of 20. Oh, for real. For real. I'm 21 years old and I got a 40-year-old lady working for me, a 31-year-old lady for me. For real. That's why they was hating on me. I couldn't even see my greatness. That's why I made the video. Because I know people like, and I put the part 2 in the Syddin Pretty Academy. That's why I made the video. People so hateful. That's why I created that video. So I hope y'all found some value in this, y'all. Definitely, you ready to get started on your journey, y'all? I'm going to make it very accessible. There were some courses I was thinking about creating, and I'm still thinking about creating courses, but I've decided I'm gonna just put all that information into the academy, because it'll be more affordable, and I don't know. I think that's the best option. But yeah. I just wanted to leave y'all with that. That's all I had to say. God is good, and his mercy endures forever. I know we live in some interesting times, y'all, and it can be tempting to do something strange for a little change, okay? Even if that simply means walking away from something you have been working at for years just to settle and go into a field that you really have no interest in, is really not a part of your purpose, just to earn $1 and get by, So that's exactly why I'm putting my all into the Syddin Pretty Pro platform, to help existing beauty professionals who feel like giving up get back on the right course, so that you can establish systems, establish a legitimate business operation to help you propel yourself forward even in today's economy. Or for those of you who are younger people straight out of high school, or you more seasoned in the job market, you're just simply looking for another alternative to what you're doing now. I'm creating this platform for you all. So make sure you check it out. I'm going to leave the link over there in the comment section down below.